Hey, good morning. We're just getting set up for another day of trading. It's 8:20. We got about 10 minutes for market open. Just kind of watching a few indicators for um, the market's performance today. I want to see how oil is moving on obviously the Ukraine and Russia issue going on. Looks like it's just consolidating, might break up soon. It's holding lows of 95 on the Brent. Um, just ready to touch 100 again. And the SPY gapped up last night. Let's see. So, I mean, barely. I mean, it kind of closed here. Let's say like 4:30, right? And it's here, so I don't know. I'm thinking we might see a quick gap down. But also the support here is pretty nice. Let's take that out. This level support 425 here. You can kind of see where it's made these bounces. More closer to 426 level. But if you look at the big picture, we're seeing a big head and shoulders. Here's one shoulder here. Here's a very large head, and then here's a second shoulder. You can kind of see where it's bounced here, here, here. Those kind of very significant shoulders, and a head there. We're climbing a mountain, hit the peak. Now we're descending the mountain. So that's kind of bearish in the sense. If it drops, it's probably going to come all the way down to like I'm suspecting 400 level or lower. 400 just because it's a psychological number. 400 is a round number. But it can always make some stops. Probably make a quick stop at 421. 411-ish, just kind of wherever there's a lot of volume aggregated. But we can kind of see on the daily chart, the 50 is getting close to crossing the 200 SMA, which is pretty bad. That's it's a death cross right there, especially the 200 SMA is steepening. So it's a death cross, and it's going to be a bearish move. Again, we're still kind of waiting on interest rates. We're still waiting on Russia-Ukraine action, and we have yields flattening. Let's take a quick look. What are we at? Kind of. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's see real quick. So far we are down about 12% correction territory, but curious where else it could go. But we have about 7-ish minutes. I'm going to do some scanning to find the ideal opportunity. I want to make sure I get in the best trade with the best positioning, very little risk, clear reward I can see, and we'll see how that moves. Based on the markets yesterday, it was a lot of fear. Today, I think it's going to be kind of a consolidation day based on the sanctions were imposed yesterday, and we're kind of just waiting for our response now. Russia also saying that there could be another chance for a diplomatic solution, so they might be able to talk it out. But they're very clear on what they want, and NATO's very clear on what they want, and they're not seeing eye to eye. So we really don't know what's going to happen. Other than that, we've got a few swing trades we're watching: Snap, Gold, Etsy, Moderna, T-Mobile, Roblox. So I'll be keeping an eye on those. And until then, we will see what happens. Exxon just came back into range. That was a trade we took yesterday for a losing trade. Literally after we got out around here, it came back in range. So curious if it's going to make another bounce to the upside now, which would be really funny. Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna do some looking around and see if there's any decent trades for me. Like this might be a good one right here. And I want to get in, get out, make some profits, minimize the loss that I took yesterday. I'll see you guys at market open. We're gonna try to get in at 325. Okay, perfect. So we'll give it a brush up on the 30-minute chart. You can kind of see that 50 EMA there, which is not great. but also you can kind of see that entirely Alibaba has been trading in a range between the lows of like 112 to tops of like 130-ish, with these deviations of like 115 and like 120. And it's pretty oversold, so I'm really hoping that we can see a nice break up above, minimally that 50 EMA on the 1 hour chart. On the 50, we're seeing the 200 SMA. It broke above in aftermarket. So hopefully there's a support now of the 200 SMA. I don't think it. Yeah, I think it's just coming above this 115. They're seeing just a little bit of resistance because there's that volume aggregating there. Yeah, we got in at around 1425, 114.25. So let's say 114.25 was our entry. We'll give it $1 on the downside for kind of like our stop loss ish. 14.25, so like 13.25 here ish, or we'll keep it a little under $1, 13.42 ish. But yeah, it kind of sucks right now. 44, perfect. Because if we risk this much right here, which is just under shy of $1, our target goal was 117. So we wanted to risk $1 on the downside, possibly make 3 up on the upside. Everything's selling off again. There's a little pop in green for a few items, but nothing drastic. Everything that did take a pop up is now back down. My only last saving grace is for this one to make a doji and flip to the upside with a fake out of sellers. Fake out the sellers back to the upside, because they're from what we're reading, from the options readings, there's a lot of bets to the upside. Clearly it is at a oversold area, but it can keep selling off. Alibaba has been hanging around 112 for the longest. It's at such a cheap price, but there we go. All right. Sad to see. Sad to see. Let's wait. I'm gonna wait for this to close and see if it holds. It's I put my sell order in. Motherfucker. Let's I'm gonna just watch this for a little bit just to see how it is. But here it is, guys. We took a $250 loss on that. Damn, that sucks. But it's only 250 bucks. Luckily for us, motherfucker, yo, look at that. See it. So what it does is it traps all the sellers, or everybody who's long. It hits their stop losses, and then it continues back up. It's a bear trap. But that's fine, because all of our other positions, at least, that are on the downside, are still good. Let me see. We got Roblox. Just fine right now. Snap is back on its way down. That's where we want it. mRNA. Ooh, mRNA. Like, I just sold one today. I just sold the mRNA position before the Alibaba position we got into. It's gonna see 130. I'm gonna sell another one just to lessen my exposure there. So pay loss for Moderna right now, we're looking at 445. Let's see, we have a profit for that. Where the hell is this contract? gonna sell one at 650, so we're gonna fill at 650. Wow, Brent is back up above 95, which is gonna suck for Brent, but gold should be okay. Cool. I sold two Modernas, probably bringing back in about like over $1,000 in cash. I think one was 525, one was 610, so it was like 1100 bucks. And it's gonna pile it back into adding into my Etsy position, because Etsy the last 2 quarters have been seeing slowing revenue growth. Even with this holiday season being what it is, I think I see Etsy probably, especially, you know, when you're not seeing growth like that, it's pretty drastic. It had like it was at $65 pre-COVID. Yes, it did almost double its revenue growth, but and it's, you know, more profitable now in EPS, but multiples are still pretty high. So thank you guys for watching. We're down over $1,000 this week, but it hasn't ruined us yet. We have many plays in the works, all doing fine so far. So we can be optimistic that our swing trades are taking care of our daily losses. All that being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week on Monday.